First times are in, and it is Sapkin who has pole position. LACBB and Mikhail jumping up into P2 there with a 130.5. So, very close at the top, 2/10 between the top three. And do remember, folk, we are also, as Mikhail jumps ahead, it is 130.5, so he's extremely tightened up. Remember, folks, we are also streaming on Kick as well, so not only here at twitch.tv/PhoenixSimSport, we're also on Kick, so kick.com/PhoenixSimSport as well. So we're getting ourselves out and about. Brisbane with a 131, McNugget with a 131. Adam is currently out the pits. Mav will be heading out, so Adam's gone out on the mediums actually. And yeah, to see what Mav got. Oh, Mikhail! Oh, that is someone we're going to have to watch out into the barrier there. And I think a 129.259 from Sapkin. Absolutely blinding lap there. Can anyone make an improvement? Matt with a 130.4. So Savkin absolutely dominated by over a second. What a lap that was. Mikhail down to third, Brisbane up in fourth, McNugget getting fifth. Gear is up to sixth with a 133.7. LACPP is a 133.402, sees him up at the P6 to Molten Gear and Fiala. Brisbane then with a 130.3, which still puts him a second off the back of Savkin. So I don't know what kind of amazing lap Savkin's put in, but he's got a 129. You know, everyone else seems pretty close in terms of the top, well, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, actually, yeah. McNugget is a 130, almost dead, 130.1, really. So the time we found, but Savkin has just found this absolute god tier time. This map is out, and I wonder how. So he's in the pits. So we're not getting to know how he's done this. Let's see who else is on laps, trying to get some good times at the moment. Let's see what Mikhail can do. So we obviously seen him on his last lap having an accident, where he's hit the curb. And let's see what he can do coming into the final corner. Puts the throttle on. And Mikhail, improvement? No improvement. 130.5 still from Mikhail. And yep, as we see Fiala jumping up to P6 or 133.0. So you have the top lot that are in the 29s and the 30s. And we've almost got like a second tier sitting there in the 32, 33 mark. Let me see. Messages. Gonna see the end of qualifying, and who are we gonna see up the top spot? At the moment, Savkin's still there with 129.2, but everyone else seems to be starting to catch up a little bit. We've got McNugget, who set a fantastic 129.3. So McNugget and Savkin really putting pace out there. Matt, Brisbane, Mikhail, really off the pace, half a second between Matt and McNugget. So it has to be said, Savkin and McNugget absolutely flying at the moment. Now on board with Mikhail. Well, I'm going to watch him as he starts to go around these last two. Is he going to make an improvement though? Mikhail really needs to make a jump here. His championship battle really depends on a good qualifying. Is he going to get improvement? Fifth place doesn't look like it. There's no improvement for Mikhail. So still P5 and running out of time. Minute 50 left on the clock. Any improvement from LACPP? He has Brisbane behind him. Well, there are no major improvements from anybody at the moment. Adam and McNugget having a little bit of a squabble there at the last corner as Adam is called it quits. No time at the moment. Neither has Mav. So Mav and Madame, no times on the board. Sapkin still pushing hard. Looking to improve on his current provisional pole position, which is 129.259. There we go. Yahiko has joined us, so we do have 11 on track. Better late than never. Right, no improvement there from Sapkin, so it's going to be this or that. It's the last lap for Sapkin, only a minute left on the clock. Let's see, is Mav going to get a time on the board? Team 5, that lovely orange papaya-like livery for Team 5. Let's see where they end up. Mav could do a decent grid position here today. And it is P9 at the moment, so that must have been an out lap for Mav, a 2:29, and he's only just going to get enough time to get in a full lap. Mikhail still where he is, so we've got no real major changes at the front again. It is still Sapkin that leads from McNugget by a 10th. It's, oh well, ACPB hitting the barriers pretty hard there. Oh, and again. A few bumps and a few scratches. And it is Brizen who jumps up into P3 ahead of Matt then. So Brizen doing his championship battle a favour, and that is putting... Oh, bump! Oh no, Adam kind of got in the way of LACPP. And that is going to be the end of qualifying for him. P7. And that is it. Who are we going to see up the top? Are there going to be any last minute changes? There is literally nothing between Sapkin and McNugget at the moment. Brizen is trying to push hard. 129.7. Still 4/10 off the back of McNugget. Then just a 10th behind is Matt Pryor. And that's that from Brizen. Anyone else trying to make improvements? Mikhail's done, which will be a P5. Fiala, can we get an improvement from Fiala? 0.9 off the back of Mikhail. But anything's possible here at Monaco. Let's have a little look. Fiala now approaching the last corners. Two nice tight right-handers here. And into the pits. That is it for Fiala. So no improvement there. And that will be P6. Matt Pryor, though, still going for it. 0.1 off the back of Brizen. Oh, hard into the wall there from Matt. And that is it for him. Into the wall. Big hit. And no more action. P4 for Matt. So it looks like your qualifying order will be a fantastic pole position there from Sapkin with a 129.259. P2 McNugget, literally nothing else behind him. 129.320. Brizen in P3, Matt in P4. Mikhail will take P5 on the grid. Fiala in P6. LACPP in 7th. Mav in 8th. Gear will take P9. Adam will take P10. So a nice little... grid position. I do believe Yahiko is still with us. He's just not showing up on my board for some strange reason. But Yahiko is with us. Well, we've got a little bit of a wait for the race. Remember, folks, this is a 45-minute race. We do interchanging sessions during the season. So last week would have been 2 20-minute races. This week it's 45. So there will be pit stop and tyre management strategies involved, which will also include refueling. So not only have these guys got a long race around the twisty, technical, and often dangerous streets of Monaco, they also have to contend with pit stop strategies and figuring out what everyone else around them is doing. So tonight the Principality is going to be one action-packed place to be. And to be honest, folks, where else would you rather be than here with me in the comms box at Phoenix Sim Sport on your Thursday nights? Come on, nothing else happens on a Thursday. Yeah, so thank you very much already for those who have joined us and get the word out there. If you are interested in joining any of our championships, which be it Tatus, MX5, Asetek Corsa Competizione, LMU, which we are doing hypercars, GT3s and LMP2s. LMP2s run their own class. We have hypercars and GT3s running mixed multi-class. We also have Formula Alpha for Asetek Corsa on a Sunday as well. So we have got basically something for everybody. And don't forget, we do mini little sessions every so often. There will be special events, such as last night's RS1600 event at the Nürburgring. as well as mini championships and so on and so forth. So we've always got something on. Let's see how we're gonna get on then. What are the tyre strategies from the start? Everyone is basically on mediums apart from the tyre whisperer, Mr. Matt Pryor, our championship battler. P4 is starting on the softs. Gear has decided he's gonna start on the hards, as is Adam and Maverick. So, splits the strategies. This should be interesting. Chat, any ideas who you think is going to win tonight? Well, take us a bet. Give us an average. Who do you think is going to come away with victory here tonight at Monaco? Who is going to be the one to come away with the big trophy? The most... How would we put it? It's the most... recognised trophy in Formula 1, I suppose. I could pull it like that. I don't know. I can't remember the word. Prestigious. That's one we're looking at. It's one of the most prestigious trophies you can get in Formula 1. Is Monaco Grand Prix. And what a weekend to do it as well. Le Mans weekend. For all you WEC fans, it is Le Mans weekend. So the Le Mans 24 hours. Practice and qualifying sessions have been on. I think Hyperpole is coming up at some point as well. So that's one to watch. Once this stream is over, get yourselves onto the WEC or on YouTube. Go watch a bit of Le Mans. Absolutely fantastic series. Everybody loves some endurance racing, and why not one of the most hardest endurance races in the world? Then followed up next week, I believe, or the next couple of weeks, it is the Spa 24 hour, and then my personal favourite, the 24 hours of the Nordschleife. Oh, I can't wait. But you know what else I can't wait for? Is the start of this race. 10 seconds to go, and we're going to be on watching McNugget as everybody comes flying into Sandoval. So we are behind, we're McNugget B2, all the lights are on, they're about to go out. And we are off. Go, 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 go. And it looks like it's a great start from Sapkin. Absolutely lit it up there as we're going into Sandoval. What is going to happen? Are we going to have any quarrels behind us? It looks like everyone's kind of getting through safe. Sandoval's nice and clean for once. There's a surprise, but Sapkin does lead the way from McNugget. Mikhail getting past Brisbane there. And a lovely little move. Matt on the soft should be absolutely flying in these opening sectors. He's going to obviously not have the tyres for very long. But is he going to use that advantage now to make his way up the order? We're going to head back a little bit. And we're going to see what Sapkin can do. So we're on board with our race leader right now. And let's see what he can do out in front. Already almost a second out ahead of McNugget. Sapkin really settling in with the tactics round here at Monaco as they all go through the tunnel. Amazing how quickly the pack can spread out here at Monaco, to be honest with you. So, oh, who is that? We've got a big spin out at the back. Is that Adam? Adam having a big one. Uh-oh. Watch out, Gear. Yeah, plenty of time. So Gear's had a bit of a poor start, not entirely sure why. Maybe he got spun at Sandoval. We'll have to check it out later on. But yeah, now he's all up behind Adam. So Gear, a long journey ahead. But again, long race, 45 minutes here tonight. Around the wonderful, wonderful Monaco circuit. Look at the detail here. Hello, Jake. How we doing, buddy? Glad to have you on board. Sapkin out in the lead, 0.8 of a second. He leads McNugget, but look at this. Matt Pryor all over the gearbox of McNugget right now. Those soft tyres really, really, really working hard. And he'll want to get past as early as he can to make good use of the tyres. He doesn't want to be sat behind McNugget for, you know, 5, 6, 7 laps. And his tyres basically are all for nothing. So this is a bit of a gung-ho strategy from Matt. Only soft tyre runner to start the race. So we have Sapkin, McNugget, Matt, and then right behind them, 6 seconds off the back, sorry, is Mikhail, and then Brisbane a further 1.8. So this field really spreading nice and early. So McNugget making a little bit of a mistake. Matt as well sliding. Hey, that's you almost done, Jake, is it? Nice one, buddy. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun on the MX Boys. We are going to concentrate here heavily tonight. This amazing battle in the Tatuses. I said it's going to be one heck of a championship battle tonight. Matt needs as many points as he can to try and claw in on Miku while he's absent. But Savkin, 1.3 seconds in the lead from McNugget. And it doesn't look like he's willing to relinquish that lead at all. There's a big mistake there from McNugget, and that just gives P2 to Matt. He'll be loving that. Fresh set of soft tyres. And he's now on the charge for Savkin. Don't know where Mavkin came from. It's like a hybrid driver swap here. A little bit deep there from Matt, but he is fine. And let's see what he can do now on these soft tyres while he's got some clean air. 2.2 seconds the gap to Savkin now, as Mikel is beginning to close the gap in on McNugget. So McNugget now starting to struggle a little bit after a good start. But we'll just see how it is. We've still got an absolutely humongous amount of time left in this race. 41 minutes to go. So we are very much in the infancy. And we're going to see how well this pans out by the end. Not much going on any further behind. These guys are kind of petered out. Fiala's now dropped himself about 4 seconds behind. 1.6 behind him is Mav. Mav is on the hard tyres though. LACPP 1.6 seconds behind Mav. You see him coming in the picture now. Then it's Gear. Gear's now 27 seconds off the pack ahead of him. So he's fallen back a little bit on the hard as well. And Adam is having a little bit of a struggle this evening. He's 12 seconds off the back of Gear. I do believe we have had a retirement already. I will just have to check. Oh. Where is Yannico? I have no idea where Yannico is right now. Because they're not showing up on the boards. Well, they're supposedly racing. So that gap at the front, 2.2 seconds. Matt not really being able to make any kind of inroads on Savkin, but he is starting to gap McNugget a little bit, who's also starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Mikel. Everybody's just kind of going into that smart, you know, tyre management mode. And they're just trying to preserve their races at the moment. There's Gear. As I said, he's quite a long way back, but he's just managing his own race right now. Very quick yesterday in the Ford Escorts was Gear. So it's not like he's lacking talent at all. Nugget is starting to hone back in on the back of Matt. So unless Matt's made a mistake, or after, you know, almost 11 minutes of racing, are the softs now starting to encounter some issues? We'll just have to see. Doesn't like Matt is under a little bit of struggles. And the question is, what is he going to do with these soft tyres? What is he going to do? Is he going to try and stretch them out? Is he going to take the pain, have a little bit of suffering, and then move to a set of mediums? Or is he just going to box a bit early, think, okay, I made a position, get onto the hards, and then just run the rest of the race and, you know, put a little bit of tyre management into the pocket? We're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, McNugget is really starting to hound the gearbox of Matt right now. Everybody else, however, spreading the field apart. Fiala is now 7 seconds behind Brisen, and that's a gap between 5 and 6. Mav currently best position on the hard tyres, sitting in P7, 2.9 seconds off the back of Fiala at the moment. But
and it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. We're going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader, Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here Saturday night, live at Phoenix Sim Sport, and you know what that means. You are here in the comms box with me, Paddy, It is Le Mans Ultimate Night, folks. Hello there, Pete in the kick chat. Glad you can join us there. And yeah, it's going to be a spicy one tonight, folks. We'll get into the details just after this, though. It's a big shout out to our affiliates, and that is Asetek Sim Sports. So if you're in the market for some new sim gear, wheels, pedals, and all the good stuff for your rig, go ahead, check their shop out, fill up your basket, get to the checkout, and put in the code Phoenix Sim Sports, and you'll get a lovely 5% on us. But I hope you're all doing well, folks. It is going to be a cracker tonight for sure. Practice is just coming to an end, so we're about to get into qualifying. And it's going to be something else, I tell you that. And I tell you where we are tonight. It is Le Mans. So in a bit of a hats off to the live 24-hour that is currently ongoing at the moment. We are hosting our own Le Mans here on Le Mans Ultimate. And it's going to be a cracker, I could tell you that off the bat. Whoops, that's the wrong screen.
And it's going to be green light racing.
That's the one I'm looking for. And oh boy, are we going to have a good one tonight. It will start off in qualifying. GT3s will get the run out first. And it will be hypercars to follow afterwards. There's unfortunately no onboards today. Since the latest LMU update, the onboard cameras no longer work on the overlay. So apologies for that in advance, folks. But that one is unfortunately out of my control. Hello there, Mav, in the kick chat. And everyone's qualifying together today, Kev. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there's something you get to learn. Thanks for that, Kev, for the update. So everybody's running today all at once. So it's going to be extra work for me to keep an eye on everybody. You know, it's just going to be mad. But it's... man, very vigorously waving that checkered flag there as Bradley disappears into nothing. And we're going to get ourselves underway for qualifying. But yeah, that's good to know that we're going to be running everybody on the grid all at once today. And it's going to be nuts. Thanks, Kev. That's the reassurance I need. I think, oh, goodness. Right, whoa. Okay, Le Mans. What was that all about? Give it a second. Give it a second. It may load itself back in. There we go. And are we underway? We're underway for qualifying. 25 minutes then. Everybody out all at once. Le Mans obviously just having some issues since the latest update, but we're back. We're good. And yeah, we don't want to miss nothing of this today. It's going to be an absolute blinder. This is Dal Pedersen that we can see. I do believe I can put the qualifying information up as well. So there we go. Once they get onto their hot laps, so out laps at the moment, we'll be able to see... yeah, basically we'll just be able to see sector times and everything. So that at least works. We do have some teams, I think, today. It doesn't give you the customized team names. Never mind. But yeah, gonna be a cracker. Le Mans, an absolute circuit of circuits. Rain? Are you kidding me? Rain? Oh, there is! Oh, we have rain in qualifying. Well, this wasn't predicted from my point of view anyway, so things are just going to get spicier and spicier here at the Circuit De La Sarthe in the French countryside. What a classic track this is. Le Mans been running for a very long time now. Probably the pinnacle of motorsports, the toughest or one of the toughest races on the planet. And we have got a solidly packed grid tonight. So it's going to be fun throughout. But good to see everybody that has joined us on both the streams, Twitch and Kick, so thanks very much. If you want, go on, get ahead and share the link, get all your friends, all your family involved, because they are not wanting to miss this one. It's getting dark because the clouds have covered and the heavens have opened. Who has prepared themselves for a little bit of rain? How bad is it going to get? As we see Bradley absolutely nailing it in that Mustang. Everybody is still on their out laps. Cospo in the GT3 still in the pits, but we do have a full qualifying session for both classes today. So usually we do 10 minutes GT3s a break and then 10 minutes of the hypercars. Not today. We are getting the full Le Mans experience. Everybody on track all at once. So that looked a little bit wibbly wobbly from Bradley there as he comes through. I think that's Indianapolis. Not too clued up on the corner names here at Le Mans, so I do apologise if I get them wrong. About the only ones I really know are Dunlop near the bridge and the Porsche curves near the end of the lap. So yeah, I can't see myself being very educated here at La Sarthe, but it is what it is. We just want to follow the action anyway. So Dal Pedersen he's starting to wind himself up to start his first lap here at Circuit De La Sarthe, and let's see what times he can throw in and see if he can push for pole position today. On unstoppable form at the moment is Dal Pedersen, and let's see if he can keep it up in the beautifully liveried Toyota there with a bit of the Japanese cherry blossom on the back. Beautiful to see. It's very, very simple but very stunning livery here on the Toyota, and you can just see the cherry blossom on the back. And around the Ferrari, and this is what the hypercars are going to have to watch out for, the GT3s, because they'll be allowed to run their qualifying laps uninterrupted, so it'll be up to the hypercars to get round those guys, not the other way around. The GT3s do not have to get out the way. It isn't a blue flag situation. It is two separate races, technically all in one, so it's these guys that have to be smart and make the moves. So Kenneth throwing in a really good start there. I'm going to swap a couple of windows open a little bit. Whoa, let's not do that too much. Paddy, I want that to go there, and I want that to go there. It's just so I can see exactly what we're looking at. I'm going to move that across a little bit. So, Dal Pedersen then on a 32.269 at the moment for Sector 1. And he is the fastest through Sector 1 as it stands in hypercar with Shinzo just over a tenth behind. And this Cadillac that I'm switching to just sounds amazing. There's a lot of amazing sounding cars tonight on track. One of my favourites, has to be said, is the Lexus. But this Cadillac hypercar, ooh, it just sounds so good. But the rain is starting to come down a little bit more. We'll start seeing sector times. Let's see, at the moment Sector 1 for the GT3s. Currently quickest in class is Bradley by 7/10 of Kevin. Kevin switching from the Mustang to the Lexus this week. Dal Pedersen with 80.888 for Sector 2. Let's see what Shinzo can do. What, 82 seconds for David Siski, 83 for Mav. And can Shinzo do something good? Oh, Shinzo a tenth up on Kenneth through Sector 2, so those guys are pretty much spot on at the moment. It's going to be a run down the line between Kenneth and Shinzo. Oh, there's some absolutely amazing sounding cars on track tonight. I want to find out whatever the hell is just in front of us that's making that lovely pop and banging noise. Raspy engine note. But yeah, it looks like it's Shinzo and Kenneth. Main battles here for hypercar at the moment. The GT3 still to come through Sector 2, so we'll be able to see what kind of times they'll be setting soon. Belkins sets a 96.1 second Sector 2. 96.7 for Leo, the Papaya Pineapple. A 96.1 for James Booth. Kevin back in the pits, and a 94.9 for Bradley. So he's again just showing pure dominance at the moment. Dal Pedersen across the line then with a 325.9. Let's see if Shinzo can get anywhere near that now as he comes up to the end of the lap. And he's got some good slipstream through. Oh, big wobble from Shinzo, but he holds it well. 3:32 from David Siski. Mav gets himself there, but Shinzo with a 3:27.2, so 1.2 seconds off the pace of Dal Pedersen. What a lap from him. And Shinzo back to the pits then. He'll probably want a nice set of new boots before he goes again. Still got 17 minutes, just over 17 minutes here in qualifying. But let's have a little look here. We have Bradley Cater in that lovely Mustang, the LMGT3, car number 77. Still raining at the moment. Those wipers still going, lights ablaze. Let's see what he can pull in his first lap. Really sliding the car through there. He likes to really push this car to its absolute limits, does Bradley, and he's extremely good at doing so. Dominant so far in GT3 here in Season 14. And it doesn't look like he's going to let go of that grip anytime soon. You can see the Ferrari in the background struggling a little bit. But Bradley now coming up to finish his lap. We're going to see what the GT3s are capable of doing. Bielman with a 4:09.2, Leo with a 4:11, James Booth with a 4:09.0, and across the line here comes Bradley. What is he going to set? A 4:05.8. So there you go, Bradley Cater 3.2 seconds ahead of James Booth. Absolutely unreal. The pace of this guy is fantastic. It's just a case of can anyone claw in the gap, and can Bradley find any more time to go quicker? So great to see. Here we go. The noisiest car, I'd like to say, in GT3, the Lexus. Kevin's new whip for the week. Oh. And that thing just sounds absolutely angry. Currently yet to set a time. This is him on his outlap. You can see the Toyota LMP1. Sorry, the LMP hypercar. Just giving a little flash, just saying, hey, 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 coming through. And Kevin quite happily just obliges there. As I said, still on his outlap, so plenty of time though. 15 minutes left of qualifying. And I am absolutely in the mood to try and find out whatever the heck was making all that noise. I think it's that thing in front. How about Nathan in the Ferrari? Whoa, we have a Spinella with the Ferrari. With Peugeot coming behind. Oh, everyone seems to be kind of losing it a little bit there. I'm wondering if it's just a little bit wet on the track and everybody's struggling. Oh, so here we have Nielsen. Whoa, sideways. And he's made a mistake, finds himself in the garage, and I'll be back to the pits, unfortunately, for Nielsen. Still has a 3:34.7 on the bench, though. So that currently sits him P10 in class. 23 drivers with us this evening. Kevin Rivera, yet to set a time. He's back in the pits, so is Cosbo. And Reisenhauer joined us for the newbies. Oh no, why is qualifying over? You've still got 13 minutes. You've still got 13 minutes. Plenty of time for qualifying. Get back out there. Get back out there. Yeah, Marvin Reisenhauer joined us. It's his debut here at LMU at Phoenix Sim Sport. Had a run, a Assetto Corsa Competizione earlier on and had himself an absolutely fantastic result, getting himself on the podium on his debut. Oh, that thing just sounds absolutely angry. And I do love it. Hopefully he can get himself a decent qualifying, but it looks like, yeah, they're struggling for a little bit of grip now. That track is looking pretty greasy. Oh, so track conditions not improving. And I wonder if this has caught many of the drivers out. Every one of the hypercars are now in the pits. So we've got 13 minutes left of qualifying. And not many cars out on track. Oh wow, the noise of that thing is beautiful. Yeah, so we may have an extended quiet period here in qualifying. If that's the case, if everyone's just going to stay in the pits, not bother coming out because the conditions are just a bit too treacherous. There's no sign of improvements. Why would you want to risk sticking the car on the wall? Oh, that is a sound to die for. We need more of them. Well, yep. I suppose you could drive for fun. It'll keep me entertained. Probably keep the chat entertained as well. So by all means, if you want to be entertaining, get yourselves back on track for us. We are going to have a little pop back to GT3 though. There's Dispenza in the Ferrari. There was a brief yellow flag there, but you can see the wiper going furiously. No. You've already said it is for fun. You need to come back out and entertain. So Dispenza, maybe he's just out. He's got himself currently P6 in class. 4:15.9. Perhaps it's just yeah, he's just out maybe feeling the track conditions, trying to get a kind of general idea of how this car is going to react around here tonight, especially if the rain proceeds into the race itself. You can randomly see it just yeah, it's definitely wet on the ground. You can see the car is making some trails there as it's cutting through the dampness on circuit. And yeah, you can see the spray coming up behind there as well. So they're going to be on their toes, these guys, at the moment. It's a lot of power under that right foot. Oh, I say that, and there goes one of the hypercars off backwards, spinning out of the chicane there. And look at the amount of spray coming off the back of the Ferrari now. It is wet out there, folks. No one else in hypercar apart from Nielsen and Chu are on track. Most of the GT3s looking to try and improve, apart from Bradley, James, and Leo. They're all in the pits. Everybody else is out. And as I said, apart from Nilsson and Chu, the entire hypercar pit, grid is also in the pits. And you can probably see why. There's going to be no real room for improvement here. And yeah, kicking up a lot of mist now. A lot of spray behind that Ferrari of Dispenza. But we'll see how the guys handling the new tyre model. Obviously, a lot of changes since the last update here at Le Mans Ultimate. So a lot of the drivers basically fresh, kind of relearning their cars as such. Just really trying to get a grip to the game again. Yeah, you can see it is treacherous out there right now. And you can hear them splashing their way through it now. Oh yeah, you can hear the car splashing through the rain, and you can see that the grip is almost minimal. Oh. Well, you say that, it is Dal Pedersen that has got a lead at the moment as it stands. Let me just bring that back up, and it is Dal Pedersen who has a 1.2 second gap over Shinzo. So unless Shinzo can pull a bit of a miracle, or maybe he'd made some mistakes. Well, we did see him slide it heavily where we see the Ferrari right now on the exit of his fast lap. Peter Nonya looks like he's having issues in the McLaren as well. So yeah, everybody's really struggling for grip right now. There's only one hypercar on track, and I said that, and it was the only hypercar in the gravel. Samuel in the McLaren then. Let's see how he's getting on. Currently P3. He is a 10th off the back of James. very doubtful that he's going to improve in these conditions. But he is just getting some mileage on the car. Just really getting a feel for these conditions right now, folks. And it is looking extremely treacherous out there. And I believe Samuel has changed from the Aston Martin to the McLaren. So it will also be a brand new learning curve for that car as well. But it seems like Samuel's got the hang of it. And he's putting that car in all the right spots despite the conditions. Yeah, we've seen Kevin the Lexus, wonderful sounding machine. A little off the pace at the moment. Again, a big change for him going from the Mustang, the ever dominant Mustang. A new little adventure for him then into the Lexus. As you see, yep, clearly no improvements there from Dispenza. But how is Kevin getting on in that Mustang? I'm so used to him being in the Mustang. In the Lexus, we'll not pull a Mav in ACC, and I will get the manufacturers correct today. So this is the Lexus of Kevin. Yet to set a time, so even in these conditions, no matter what he does, this will be an improvement of where he is right now. Oh, and that thing just sounds like absolute aggression. Be a tight one tonight, folks. I don't think we can really, you know, I can't really pick any winners, potential winners out right now. It's only really been one lap in the hypercars, so it's not really respectful, representable times anyway of the drivers at their absolute peak. It was a one and done really for hypercar. Lexus is sounding great. So you've got Rivera, Kevin, Cospo, Rusty and Reisenhauer all attempting to set times at the moment. Nonya is there, P7, so he has set a time. Mav going out in the rain for the last 5 minutes, so that's a bit brave of him. Oh, the noise of this car is something else. Is the hypercars are starting to come out the pits. So Mavs came out, Nielsen's came out, Voller is out. They might be looking to make some kind of last-ditch improvements if they can. I can't see it happening in these conditions, but you never know. Again, very, very gentle on the throttle on the exit there from Kevin. He knows the last thing he wants to do in that big beastie V8 Lexus is plant it too hard and light them rear tires up, especially in this low grip situation. Let's see how Kevin's going to do. We're going to keep on board with him until he gets to the end of his lap. So he's currently P8 in class in the LMGT3s without a time on the board. So whatever he does now, as I said, it will be an improvement on where he has been. Oh no, saying that, there he goes. Into the wall, off goes the wing, and that is going to be that for Kevin. Oh, so unlucky. Into the wall, and that'll be P8 at least for Kevin. Rusty also back in the pits, so the only guys that could really jump Kevin right now, Marvin Reisenhauer and Amel Cospo. Only two on track. Oh no, maybe I did curse you, Kev, sorry. I was even explaining, you know, gentle on the throttle in case that would happen, and that would happen. We also have this lovely LMU bug where if a car doesn't render correctly, we are blessed with this early 2000s RSR Porsche with its stickered headlights, no sounds and matchbox looks. So yep, it isn't a new car in LMU, it is just a glitch and bug where the car doesn't load properly. And it is a silent car. So it is P7 for Reisenhauer in his silent, not 9 RSR. As Cospo jumps him and goes P7. So Marvin down to P8, Nonya in P9, Kevin down in P10 in class, and Rusty will be at the back. Ah, well, it looks like we'll be following a Porsche now and then. I do believe most other guys do have their cars back. Yep, Samuel has, he was in an RSR according to the game earlier on. He's now back in his McLaren. So let's have a wee lookie at Mav. Let's see what he can do. All he's doing is coming back to the pits. That's a big note from him. Oh, that rain is chucking it down now. Voller in the BMW. Let's see what he can do. Top 3 for tonight. I think it's going to be so tough to call in these conditions because none of the drivers have really set themselves out a lap. But going by what I've seen over the previous weeks, Dal Pedersen has a huge shout here tonight to get a fantastic result. So does Shinzo. But Daniel Gottschalk is back, and we know how fast he can be. So let's not rule him out of contention tonight either. Currently in P5. And in the pits, so no improvement. 1 minute 20 left in qualifying. But never say never. That BMW looking like a right handful. Had a wee chat with Voller during the week, and he said it was becoming a nightmare to drive. It wasn't easy, and it's absolutely being proved here. He's got that thing all raggedy left and right and sliding about the place. Oh no! Voller into the wall, and that'll be his qualifying all out the way. Few bollards, a few advertising things just for, you know, for good measure, and back into the pit. Tail between the legs, that is defeat from Voller. As he decides he's going to just, you know, mount the carbs and hit the gravel as well. It just shows you how risky it is out there right now, folks. Really, really risky. Dispenza still going for it. 30 seconds left on the clock. He's had a faster first section, not so much in the second sector. Let's see if he can make an improvement. Currently P6 in LMGT3. But your qualifying session looks like this. Pole position in hypercar goes to Kenneth Dal Pedersen. Then it is Shinzo in P2. Benito Louis takes up third on the grid. Nathan Carter with P4. That's a good entry for Nathan there. Daniel Gottschalk, absolutely rapid. He is down in P5 to start. Anthony Blau, he is in P6. David Siski in 7th. Voller in the BMW that we saw having quite the moment at the end there. He's in P8. Right behind him is Mav in the Ferrari. And it's Nielsen in P10. Jaden Chu in 11th. And Amar bringing up the rear of Hypercar there in P12. LMGT3 though, as it stands. Bradley Cater on pole position and dominantly as well. 3.2 seconds ahead of James Booth in P2. Samuel Bielman in P3. Klepper takes P4. Leo has P5. Great result there for Leo in the McLaren to take P5 in class. Dispenza, who we're on board with, he'll take P6. Cospo on his debut, P7. Marvin Reisenhauer on his debut does get a lap time there in the wet, so very respectable. That is P8. Peter Nonya then in P9 in the McLaren. He gets himself a lap time. And Kevin, unfortunately in the Lexus, not being able to get a time there, and we caught him at the end, having a big mistake, huge tank slapper, loss of grip, and sending the car backwards into the wall and removing the rear wing. Great for weight, not so much for downforce, and that saw the end of his qualifying with no time. And then at the back of the grid, P11 and LMGT3 is Rusty Sorensen. So a few drivers struggling here in these conditions, ever-changing conditions. And yeah, it looks like we're going to have an extremely spicy race. And thanks very much for the support. I think I'm going to have a great race. I can guarantee you guys are as well. Let's get ourselves some session results up then. So there we go. Qualifying, you can see there, Dal Pedersen on pole. And 1.2 seconds quicker than Shinzo. So absolutely phenomenal stuff from Dal Pedersen. Was first out the pits, mind you, so had the advantage of being ahead on track and kind of jumping the weather ahead of most other folks. Those that kind of left it a little bit later had to suffer as the rain came down and ultimately would have screwed up their qualifying session. So Benito Louis P3, Carter in 4th. Gottschalk in 5th, Blau in 6th, Siski in 7th, Voller in 8th, and Mav in 9th, Nielsen in 10th, Chu in 11th, and Amar in 12th. And again, going into GT3, it is Bradley Cater on pole by a country mile ahead of James Booth. Samuel Bielman will take 3rd, Klepper in 4th, Leo in 5th, Dispenza in 6th, Gospel will take 7th, Reisenhauer in 8th, Nonya in 9th, Kevin Rivera in 10th, and Rusty Sorensen at the back of the grid in P11. So, yeah, all to play for in this one, folks. Cannot wait for it. And we'll be setting a starting order very soon. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take a quick 2-second break. I'll be right back because one man's had too much tea. I'm back. I can guarantee that Crofty can't do that as quick as I can. So, we're just waiting for the session to switch up to the race, and we'll see what track conditions are like when we get to the session. Anything being said from the driver's point of view? Nope. Nothing yet from the drivers. So the drivers keeping the secrets very much close to their chest. No reports from the garage at the moment. We will be starting any second now. We're just waiting for the switch over to race. And hopefully we're not hung up for too long. Okay, we're still waiting, folks. According to this, the race will begin in 15 seconds. So we'll get the countdown. Hopefully it is going to behave itself and switch to the race. On time, here we go. And here is your starting order as well. So we've got Dal Pedersen just ahead of Shinzo.
Has started.
And we're going to have ourselves an absolute flying start, I think. Let's see, is everyone going to be sensible? Looks like there is no rain for the start of this race either. It's going to be dry conditions. We're just going to hope that the game is going to behave itself. No guarantees, mind you. Some amount of noise. So folks, we're going to get ourselves lined up. Look at the size of the GT3s compared to the hypercars. But that is a stacked grid. We're just going to start rounding the last couple of corners. It will be Dal Pedersen to stick the foot down, remember. No overtaking until you pass the line, until that green flag has been waved. There is the very eager man with his green flag. We're about to get underway for Le Mans. And it is green flag, green flag, green flag. What a start there by Shinzo. Absolutely leaving Dal Pedersen in the dust. It's almost like he didn't react at all there at the green flag. So Shinzo takes the lead from Dal Pedersen. And it's Louis who's all over the back of Kenneth as well. Shinzo absolutely flies. Start, makes a huge mistake though coming into Dunlop. Off the track, cuts the chicane. He'll have to lose that time at some point, but oh, drama there. Going to go back to GT3. Looks like everyone has got away well in GT3. Nonya and Nielsen in the pits still. Oh wow, what a cracking start that was. Bradley's already got himself a 1.6 second lead. No, sorry, a 1 second lead over James. So Bradley already getting the foot down and away he goes. But here we go, into hypercars, look at them. All over the shop right now, side by side. This is Daniel in P4, looking to jump up the order again. He's extremely fast, as Daniel, so don't count him out just yet. Why is my starting order still up? That shouldn't be there. We should be having this and this. And a bit of this. As we're seeing action round the back, it looks like Voller and Mav had swapped positions. And swapping back. So Mav getting ahead of Voller then into the chicanes. Voller making another mistake and he has to cut again. It's like Amar and Chu are having a good battle together. Amar really putting Chu under pressure. Look at that, Amar looks like he's got it coming around the outside. Is he going to get it? Oh, a bit dodgy. But he makes it, makes the move on Chu. Chu went a bit wide. And Amar then up to P10 in class. Let's have a little move down to GT3s. There's Kevin in the Lexus. And some gaps then. Bielman just ahead. He's we're seeing a couple of guys go wide. Bielman in the McLaren this week. All over the boot lid of James. Definitely got pace on him today, has Samuel, as we see Kevin and Leo going side by side in the background there. And it is Leo who has the current advantage over the Lexus. The McLaren absolutely rapid in a straight line here. Slight little lock up there, but he makes it fine. So everyone has got away clear. Nilsson has finally left the pit, so unsure what happened to him at the start of the race, but he is away right now. Battles in hypercar. They have kind of split themselves up a little bit. Daniel Gottschalk is still putting Louis under pressure here. This is for P3. And bouncing all over the curves right now is Louis. Daniel looks very smooth. That is your first lap out the way. So Shinzo leads from Dal Pedersen with Louis in third, Gottschalk in fourth, Carter in fifth, Siski in sixth, Blau in seventh, Mav up to eighth, Chu into seventh, Amar, Chu is ninth, sorry, Mav is eighth, Chu's ninth, Amar is 10th, and Voller struggling badly. He's 17 seconds now off the back of Amar in the BMW, so he's had a mistake somewhere. And not having a great time at all. Bradley Cater then 1.6 seconds ahead of James Booth in LMGT3 with almost 2 seconds the gap to Bielman behind. Klepper within a second of Bielman though. But we are going to go back to this battle in LMGT3, which sees Dispenza on the rear of Cospo, who's all over the back of Leo. This is the battle for P5 in LMGT3. You can see that McLaren quick in a straight line, but the Lexus looks really planty through the corners here today. And how much pressure can Leo take? And look at that, the Ferrari as well, all over the back of him. It's going to be another close battle, and this is already giving me memories from the race that we had in ACC earlier on, where it was nose to tail for pretty much the entire race for multiple drivers. And look at this, Dispenza all over the back of Cospo. He's making himself really big in the mirrors of that Lexus. Let's see what we can do coming up the straight. As it looks like, yeah, it looked like Cosmo got a better drive there than Leo off the corner. And is he going to make a move before we get to the chicane? And he is pulling out. It will be the outside line if he does attempt it. But look at that McLaren. It just is unbelievably fast in a straight line. Be nice, boys. There is still gaps. Oh, bit of a rubbing, a bit of bumping. They have got through there sensibly, but it is, in fact, the Lexus that gets through. So, Cosmo up to P5 in class, Leo down to P6, and he does have the Ferrari of Dispenza all over his boot lid as well. And surely it's not going to take too much time for him to skip past Leo, unless Leo can absolutely defend. But then again, look at the McLaren in a straight line. It is all over the back of that Lexus, like a bad rash. It doesn't take any time at all, and that is the position going to be gained back. No, because he's got the outside line. Cosmo really placing the Lexus in all the right places, but it just shows you the absolute straight line deficit that that Lexus has over the McLaren. Don't count the Ferrari out either. So absolutely fantastic battle here in LMGT3. Now we're going to swap ourselves now down to Hypercar, because we're going to watch Mav as he is all over the back of Blau. This is for P7 in Hypercar. Mav trying a sweeping move down inside here. Is he going to have it? No, he's not. That Peugeot is planted. Oh, squiggly, but nothing gained, nothing lost. Mav absolutely pushing it right now. Let's see if he can make his way up the pack. We still have plenty of time on the clock as well. 53 minutes to go. And oh boy, we got ourselves an action-packed race here at Le Mans tonight. I'm so glad that you've all joined us. And this battle for the lead is definitely not over. And look, Gottschalk has got himself up into P3, and he is starting to hone in on the leaders. So Shinzo leads Dal Pedersen from Gottschalk. And that's the top three in Hyperclass right now. Going back to LMGT3, Bradley has now got himself a 3-second gap over James Booth, who has then got a further 3-second gap over Samuel Bielman. Klepper then 1.3 seconds behind Bielman. Dispenzo has got past Leo, as has Kevin. So I'm wondering if Leo had made a little mistake there. So Leo sees himself drop down to P7. Cospo, oh no, it's Cospo that's had the mistake, sorry. So Cospa and Pineapple have had a mistake. They've dropped down the order P7 and P8 respectfully. Rusty Sorensen, despite not really getting a qualifying lap in at all, sees himself up to P9, so a great little recovery from him. Marvin Reisenhauer on his debut though, having a little bit more difficulties down in P10 in LMGT3, and then Peter Nonya struggling a lot right now. He is already a lap down this early in the race, currently sat in P11. But as long as he finishes, there are points on offer. The field is spreading, and here is Blau on the back of Siski. So this is Peugeot versus Cadillac. Ferrari of Mav just behind as well. Lights are on. Natural sunlight starting to dip. Peugeot looking to go around the outside. Is it on? Maybe it is. Is he going to get him back on the inside? Nope. Is he going to have a good run down here? We'll see. The Peugeot is quick in a straight line, but so is the Caddy. Definitely don't count that Ferrari of Maverick out either. This is a huge battle then for P6 in Hypercar. It's the Peugeot of Blau. Looking to go around Siski. Has he got the outside to the inside? He runs it seriously deep into the gravel trap though, and that will be dropping places for Anthony Blau. A huge mistake under braking there, way too late, and that sees both the Cadillac and Ferrari. Well, the Cadillac just manages to keep his position and disappear, but it lets Mav through and up into P8. Battles at the front seem to have spread out a little bit, so we have some major gaps going through Hypercar. Shinzo has now found himself 1.2 seconds ahead of Dal Pedersen out front, and then it is a further 4 seconds behind to Daniel. So Dal Pedersen and Shinzo really in control at the moment. It's up to them to make mistakes. That's it. We'll have a little look at Amar right now. And the other Cadillac, he is Cadillac. He is chasing down Jaden Chu right now in the Toyota, and this is for P9 in Hypercar. So Amar, not the best of qualifying, has found himself a little bit of power, a little bit of grip. He's staying to the back of Jaden. biggest one who suffered in this race so far in hypercar is Florian Bowler. In the BMW, he sees himself just about 17 seconds off the back of this battle now. And he'll be kicking himself for that. He knows he's got the pace, but as he said earlier on, he is struggling in that BMW. Amar looking to make a move on Chu. It's not going to happen there. We come to finish the lap with these two. Chu goes wide, and that just leaves the door wide open for Amar. Thank you very much, he says. And off up into P9. So, great move there from Amar. Just keeping Chu under pressure in the Toyota. And it has paid off. So off he goes through. Cap to the front, closed a little bit. So Kenneth has found 3/10 on Shinzo. Daniel got shocked though. He is not making much progress. He is still 4.4 seconds off the back of these two. Which doesn't seem like a big gap, but here in hypercars, that is a huge gap. Let's see if he can bring it down, and if he can, how quickly can he do it? Because we've still got 48 minutes left in this race, so there's absolutely plenty of time. So my predictions are kind of right. I did say it would be a kind of battle between Dal Pedersen, Shinzo and Gottschalk. And it is. Like Shinzo just went a little bit wide there. Have to be very careful on track limits tonight, these guys. Easily breached here at Le Mans. Easily. Gap now down to just under 9/10 of a second. Wiggle for the cameras. Hello, boys. More wiggling. Don't wiggle too hard because you'll blame me if you hit the wall. Oh, we have pit in already for Samuel Bielman. And for Amel Cospo. So LMGT3's pitting very early indeed. We've still got over 45 minutes left of this race, so I wonder if it was for damage or what's been going on that's forced these guys into the pits so early. I don't see any signs of rain on the track, so it won't be any change for tyres. Perhaps they're thinking box early and just run clean air for the rest of the race. But a very strange strategy to only be boxing after 13 minutes of racing here at Le Mans. It is going to put them at the back foot for quite a little bit. And they are still in the pits. So Bielman will get released first. And then, yep, Cosmo to follow. Still ahead of Peter Nonya though. As our leaders are about to come through. Complete yet another lap here tonight. And again, Shinzo is still leading from Dal Pedersen, sorry. But 7/8 the gap fluctuates between the two of them, but it is very steady. Daniel Gottschalk, though, he has dropped a further 4 seconds back, so he's at a moment or something somewhere on the last lap. That sees him now 8.3 seconds down on your race leaders. And I wonder if there's going to be any possibility of him coming back for that one. GT3 has very much split up at the moment. Kevin, though, he's finding some good pace. He's almost a second quicker than Kleppa in front of him. Kevin currently sat in P4 in LMGT3. I wonder if he expected that one. Just got a little look with Nielsen. Not entirely sure what started his race so badly, but he is there. He's currently pretty much half a lap, if not just a bit more, down than his competitors. He looks to make a little move around the Ferrari of Rusty. And that is Marvin Reisenhauer up ahead of him. And past he goes. Or was it? Oh no, it's the McLaren of Peter, just getting out of the way there. So Peter now a lap down, even on some of his fellow GT3 drivers. Still early in the race though, folks. Oh my goodness, game, will you stop doing this? Do apologise, folks. LMU is really not happy at the moment. What on earth is happening with LMU at the moment? I do apologise for this, folks. It's being a little bit buggy right now, but I think I'm back in control. Is there any gaps here in GT3 worth monitoring right now? Oh, Kevin, no! Why? Why do I always turn to Kevin and he turns and he's facing the wrong way? Oh, back down to P5 from Kevin. That was just horrible timing there. I thought I was going to catch him doing something incredible. Instead, I caught him at the tail end of something disastrous. Let's hope he can recover from that one then. Clearly struggling in this Lexus. He's been performing really well this year in the Mustang. He's decided to take a switch and looks like he is finding this new car just a little bit difficult to run. Here we have Voller. He's all the way up the back of Mr. Chu now. So Voller making up ground after his early mistakes. He's again struggling with that BMW right now. Oh my goodness. Apologies if I keep yawning, folks. That race on Asetek course competition earlier on has absolutely destroyed me. Voller. If you didn't get to catch the race after this one, do check the VOD as Voller goes round the outside of the Porsche curves. Holy, holy, holy. Give that man a medal. What a move by Voller. Absolutely sensational. Round the outside of the Porsche curves. Chu had nothing he could do about that. And through he went. Pit in for Cospo. Now, I'm sure he has already pitted in this evening, has Cospo. And he has pitted for retirement. So unfortunately, we have lost our first driver for tonight. And that is Amel Cospo in the Lexus. It's a game, set and match for him. And he'll be taking no further part in this race. Blau then. All over the back of Mav, not giving him a second's worth of breath. Mav now sees himself up to P6, so this is a strong recovery drive from Mav. But, yep, as you can see, Anthony Blau getting close to the back of him. But keeping that Ferrari just ahead enough. Just enough from where he wants to be. And McKinney's arrived, and I can tell you what, best weatherman in the world. I'm assuming it's raining because you're soaking wet. Don't lie on my bed. Back to the action. Anthony is closing in on the back of Mav. That gap now down to 0.5 of a second from 0.8 at the start of the straight. So definitely catching. The gap between Shinzo and Del Pedersen up front, though, rocking between 0.8 and 1.1 second at the moment. So they're ebbing and flowing in with pace. Daniel Gottschalk is dropping off. He doesn't have the pace of the top two at the moment. Almost 11 seconds down in P3. And we've seen this season how fast Daniel is. So it just goes to prove how fast Shinzo and Del Pedersen are right now. Maybe struggling with the changes as well, as that was almost from Blau into the back of Mav. Held it under the swirling brakes there. Gotta be careful, guys. We've still got a long, long way of this race to go. 40 minutes to go. Repeat myself, double use of words, but hey ho, here we go. This battle is going to get even better as the race goes on. So the battle for P6 and Hypercar between Mav and Blau. It's like Ferrari versus Porsche. Ferrari versus Peugeot. Not quite got the same as ring as Ferrari versus Ford, but still, no matter what, an epic battle between these two, and it does look like Mav didn't get the exit he completely wanted, and quite a bit slow in, and he's got a bit of a gap there, so a reasonable exit from Mav, we'll give him that, because it doesn't look like Blau has had any chance there to make a move, or even close the gap to Mav. Still currently under half a second between the two of them, though. Gap at the front, though, coming down. We're going to move to the lead battle. And this is Dal Pedersen coming through traffic, and he is right behind Shinzo. That gap now down to 0.5 of a second. The both of them are now coming up to lap traffic. Again, I do apologise that there is a lack of onboards today, folks. This is due to the LMU update. That seems to be a broken feature of the overlay system. And hopefully they can fix it before next week's race. But for now, we will just make do with this trackside action. And this is the battle for P1 in Hyperclass. And it is between Shinzo in the yellow Cadillac, flashing his lights right now at Nonya in the McLaren. And Dal Pedersen in that Toyota. Who is going to come out victorious after this absolute slog of a race, and who knows, we might even get weather change as well. Now that would spice a race up for sure. Oh, we do want to switch backwards because we have an increasingly closer battle between Mav and Blau. This is the battle for P6 in Hyperclass, and Blau is all over the back of that Ferrari. Gearbox very much being sniffed. Looks like he's going to try and take a dive. Mav's going to have the inside line here, but Blau will have the inside line on the exit. Light breaking from the pair of them. It looks like Blau has just managed to squeeze that Peugeot in front of Mav. He does, and gets grip on the exit. And that is P6. But don't worry, Mav is not the kind of driver to just let that one go. He'll be fighting it straight back. Oh, there's a bit of sugar, I think. Oh, they're coming up to Nonya in a very awkward place, these two. Either side of the Ferrari. Poor Peter's just like, alright then. Oh no! We've had a retirement from Hypercar as well. David Siski has found himself out of the race, unfortunately. So that leaves 21 on track at the moment. 11 Hypercars, 10 LM GT3s. Matt's still doing everything in his power to try and get that position back from Blau, but he seems to be putting that Peugeot in all the right places and has a lot of control with that car right now. Mav has got a lot of work to do if he's going to try and get that place back, but never say never. Mav has determination and he's got the skill to match, and with the traffic as well, could make all the difference here to the Hypercar battle. Let's get a little shout with James Booth then. Currently about 11 seconds off the back of Bradley Cater, who is just off doing his own thing at the front of LMGT3 right now. But James, in P2, very comfortable. He's got a lovely 22-second gap to Kalepa in P3. And again, those Mustangs looking incredibly strong here tonight. Is there anyone that can catch up or stop them? Doesn't look like it. Klepper then in the McLaren. Doing really well for the McLaren at the moment. Quite a few McLarens on track tonight. We have Nonya, Bielman, Leo, and Klepper all running this McLaren. All of them doing pretty respectfully well for their own situations. Everyone running their own race at the moment. We've had a few already making pits. Want to take a very long second stint. We're not even at the halfway point of the race yet. You can see there, that's the hypercar battle passing between Mav and Blau. And Mav dropping way off the back of the Peugeot now. So Blau finding some absolutely extra pace. Going to go back to hypercar at the moment because Voller, he is making moves. Angry driving in that BMW after his disappointing qualifying and early mistake in this race. And he is homing in on the back of Amar. Amar doing really well up to P8, but it looks like it could be P9. Goes defensive. Bowler goes to go around the outside, which will turn to the inside. Who's later on the brakes? Amar's going to come out. There's contact. Like, oh no! It looked like Amar had just bounced off the curb, lost the back end of his car. It started to rotate and straight into Voller. Voller lucky to get away there with what looks like minimal damage. We'll have to see if he pits for any repairs. But that is just unfortunate. A loss of control from Amar off the curb sends him spearing into the side of Voller. And that is going to affect both of their races. Voller though up to P8, Amar down to P9. And Jaden Chu not too far off the back now. Just have a little Peter Nonya. Very much just doing his own race right now. P10 in LMG T3. So it's still going to be some good points on him once he gets to the end of the race today. Yeah, Peter just very happy to do his own thing right now. Get some points on the boards, just get the car home. That's all you need to do. Battlefield lead is getting a bit spicier, down to 0.5 of a second between Del Pedersen and Shinzo. Shinzo still on the lead after that absolute lightning start where he took basically took the lead by turn 1 and there was no reply from Del Pedersen. And he has spent the last 28 minutes looking for one. 32 minutes left in this race yet to go. And this includes mandatory pit stops. So very much all to play for here at round 7 of the LMU Challenge at Phoenix Sim Sport live at Le Mans. We're entertaining you on your Saturday night with me, Paddy, in the comms box. Remember folks, if you're interested in joining any of our series, and we've got plenty of them, as much as we are coming to the twilight of Season 14, Season 15 is very much planned and getting ready to come underway very soon. And so we have the likes of the MX-5, the Tatis series, and the Formula Alphas for Assetto Corsa, with the Formula Alphas running tomorrow. Plenty of space on the grid for them, so even late in the championship, if you want to get yourself signed up and join in for what is got to be the most realistic Formula 1 experience available, come and join us. More than welcome. We also have Saturdays. We have Assetto Corsa Competizione, which we ran at Zandvoort this morning, and of course what we're watching now, Le Mans Ultimate. So we have got plenty of race series for plenty of folks for all skill levels. So if you want to get yourself involved in anything, have a little look through SimGrid, look for Phoenix Sim Sport, or come hit us up on the Discord. Information is down below in the Twitch panels, or just go to discord.gg/Phoenix Sim Sport. Tell you what, Shinzo seems to be really quick in those middle sectors right now. Toyota very fast in a straight line. Amar is in the box, so Amar has pitted at the halfway mark. Kevin has seen himself now back up to P4, despite his early spin, and this puts him 6.5 seconds behind Klepper in P3. So, Kevin looking for a podium. Flash the lights, hello gents, we'll see you. Keep up the good work, you two. Wonderful racing. And whatever happens, do not let me distract you, because I do not want to hear it's my fault in the commentary box. switch over to GT3 at the moment. A little look at Leo. Currently sat in P5. Doing really well in the McLaren this week is Leo. And chasing down Kevin, who lap by lap seems to be getting more and more into the groove of that Lexus. Oh no, sorry Kev, you're getting viewed, I'm watching you. And yes, this is Kevin doing his best to avoid the curse of the commentator, Leo with the flash of the lights, letting the hypercar through. There's Peter Nonya just staying out of the way, just letting everyone go. Again, he's just running his own race. He's still on for some good points as long as he finishes this evening. So very sensibly, just staying out of the way, doing his own thing. There's Leo looking really strong this weekend in McLaren. He's had a bit of a rough season as Leo, but tonight he's showing that he's got pace in that car. Chasing down Kevin. We'll see how long, if he can keep up with him, or if Kevin is going to start stretching those legs. Let's have a little look back at Hypercar. That gap at the front now down to 0.4 of a second, so we're going to switch back, and it's Del Pedersen all over the back of Shinzo now. This could be your major swap for the lead if it keeps up. That Cadillac strong in a straight line, but that Toyota looks absolutely mean through the curves. And here we go down to start the Mulsanne straight. And it is Shinzo 0.5 ahead of Del Pedersen. So Del Pedersen closer than he has been for a few laps now. Let's see what he can do. And if he can maybe make a move on Shinzo at the moment. Gap too big. But he's definitely got pace in that Toyota right now, and he's finding his groove very nicely, as is Shinzo. These two basically running in control, still 10 seconds ahead of Daniel Gottschalk in P3, who is 16 seconds ahead of Benito Louis. So, yeah, very much in control, these guys at the front. But this is Le Mans. It has a history of upsetting people, upsetting cars, with a very much a never say never attitude at this track. So, with 27 minutes to go, anything can very much happen. And knowing us, it will. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Senor. I hope you are enjoying the action here tonight. And it's turning out to be a cracking race as well, especially between these two. Del Pedersen taking pole position by a good 1.6 seconds, but Shinzo with an absolute lightning reaction to the green flag, making the move to the lead before turn 1. And it has been a battle between these two ever since. Barely over a second at the biggest of gaps, and as close as 0.3 to when it got, you know, at their closest points. So these two very much trading blows from start to finish, and we could see ourselves in for an absolute epic battle as we see Del Pedersen absolutely nailing that Shinzo with a bit of a wobble there from the Cadillac. It didn't seem too happy, and this gives Del Pedersen an absolutely excellent opening right now. And this is as close as they've been all race. We're down to 0.2 of a second between the race leaders. This is Shinzo leading Del Pedersen as we come up to the twisty, technical end of the lap here, just before the Porsche curves. And let's see, the Toyota seems to be very planted through this section indeed. Can Del Pedersen then take advantage of the handling of the Toyota here? He's got to watch out with the dirty air that Shinzo will be creating. Shinzo has the advantage of being the car in front, but look, Del Pedersen doesn't care, does he? He's got that thing planted. And is he going to try something? Just let Shinzo know he's there. Shinzo may be putting on a fake defensive line there. Go, haha, I'm going to do this, but he didn't. And yeah, Del Pedersen not muffled by mind games, but look at that run out the last corner that he has. So Shinzo was very squirrely on the curve. Del Pedersen hopefully has it, but that straight line speed the Cadillac has, it's just not possible for Del Pedersen to out-accelerate or out-drive the Caddy. But again, back into the corners, that Toyota planted and firm. This battle is going to go all the way to the end. Del Pedersen, obviously, tactical advantage with the car through sectors 1 and 3. But Shinzo, through the long, straight sector 2, just has that advantage over Del Pedersen. And wow, this is going to be a hell of a battle all the way to the end. We're going to have a little look through the field to see if anything else is going. There's no real other battles right now taking place. We're going to stick aboard this one. And trust me, folks, if things change, you will know. I like this one more. I like that battle more, so we're going to stick with this one. It's Kenneth, again, another fantastic drive. Weave goes Shinzo, trying to break the toe. Kenneth is not going to fall for it. Look at him, all the way up the rear wing of that Cadillac. It's turning dusk. He's going to pull out and try and make the move into the next hairpin. We're going to have to see hairpin, chicane, Paddy. That's what we're doing. We've not got hairpins here. This is Le Mans. Up behind one of the... McLaren's almost in the way there, but everybody driving super sensibly there to avoid what could have been absolute chaos. And as we start to roll into the dimmer light here at Le Mans, these two unnerving, unwilling, and all going. What a race they're putting on tonight. Still, that gap kind of ebbing and flowing from 2/10 up to 6/10 here, and the gap will increase because the Caddy's straight line speed is just phenomenal compared to the Toyotas right now. Bowler in the box in the BMW then. 22 minutes to go. We're just under 23. This race is disappearing faster than me with a portion of cake on a hungry day. Del Pedersen then, again using the grip and the technical ability of the Toyota to close right back in on Shinzo. But then Shinzo, just for the pure power of the Cadillac, manages to drive his way out the corners and just keep that little gap to Del Pedersen. I want to go look at somebody else, but I don't want to take my eyes off this battle. Daniel Gottschalk, though, is starting to close the gap now. That is down to 9 seconds in P3, so he's found a whole second from somewhere. And some. We'll see, obviously, once the timing sheets and the... gap boards and into the pits, both leaders back to back into the pits. Oh, Shinzo, what are you doing? A bit of a naughty cut there, Del Pedersen. Oh my goodness, nose to tail into the pits. P3, Daniel also comes into the pits. So 1, 2 and 3 into the pits for Hypercar. Nose to tail for the leaders. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Who's going to do it? Who's going to come out the victor here? Oh, who knows? We're going to switch on to GT3. And unfortunately, it's you, Kevin, because you are the closest person to someone on track. 1.2 seconds behind Klepper then. Really finding his footing in the Lexus. Look at the light starting to dim as well, folks. We are really switching ourselves into a dusk setting here at Le Mans. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Now, we are going to go straight back to the action. Because, look. Is that Del Pedersen out first? It is. Shinzo's been jumped by Del Pedersen and Gottschalk in the pits. What happened to Shinzo that's put him back so far? Oh, no. So it's all switched around in the pit stops. Del Pedersen inherits the lead from Shinzo overtaking in the pits. Gottschalk takes P2, so he'll be happy with that. 10 seconds off the back of Del Pedersen, but then 10 seconds ahead of Shinzo. We'll have to see what happened. How did he get beaten in the pit lane? But yeah, Del Pedersen then. This is his race to lose as it stands. 10 seconds ahead of Gottschalk. Shinzo a further 12 seconds behind. So a big hit there for Shinzo in the pit stops. I'm starting to wonder now how he's lost physically 20 seconds from Del Pedersen. We'll have to figure that one out hopefully at the end of the race if he wants to come chat with us in the briefing. And sorry Kev, we're back to you, mate. as he is now all over the rear wing of Klepper. And is he going to make a move at all? Kevin, focus on the racing and not on the driving. Not on the racing, not on the driving. No, focus on the driving and not on the typing. Yes. God. What am I saying? I can't even commentate without losing concentration. Is that Lexus looking fast? You know what? I'll do you a favour then, Kev, because there's another close battle. We're going to go to hypercars, and it is Mav catching up to the back of Carter. But I do believe Carter has pitted. Mav hasn't. We'll confirm that when the next round of pit stops come in. Leaders in GT3 have pitted, and it is Bradley Cater into the pits first, and out he goes. James Booth, P2. He'll be leaving the pits very shortly as well. But that is a Mustang 1 and 2. Klepper in the pits. Riviera in the pits. Leo in the pits. So all the GT3s look like they're diving in at the same time. And I tell you what, Mav is putting the sword to Carter right now. Can Mav possibly push himself up into P5? That would be an absolutely blinding result for Mav right now, and he's looking to do it. He's had the slipstream. Oh, the Ferrari GT3, is it in the way? Is it not? Mav being sensible, the GT3 going wide out the way, but Mav unfortunately having to take a shallower line to get past the GT3. Which lost him just a smidgen of time at the back of Carter, sorry. Caters and Carters. Oh my god, you guys are ruining my brain with the racing. But yeah, Mav, though he's looking to look another move here on Mav. He's got some incredible pace as he's trying to go around the outside. Carter tries to make it as difficult as possible, but Mav executes that beautifully. But is the switchback on? Battle between the Ferraris here. It looks like Mav is going to be under pressure into this right-hander, but on the brakes nice and easy. Getting a little flash there from Carter. Mav not phased at all though. And up into P5, wonderful result so far from Mav. Didn't have the best of qualifying, but his race pace very much on fire right now. And let's hope he can keep this up and carry on for a really good result. Gap at the front though. Daniel Gottschalk is starting to close in on Dal Pedersen, so that might be a race near the end. We'll have to see. There's only 17 minutes left to go. That gap is 7.7 seconds. Is he bringing it down quick enough to challenge Dal Pedersen? That is the thing. Shinzo, though, struggling. He has the fastest lap of the race so far with a 3:27.1. But, yep, he's not making too many improvements as Mav has a big wiggle. Massive tank slapper in the Ferrari and just basically hands the position back to Cater. So, the cursing is real. And we are having a little look now at Rivera. This is Kev battling the McLaren. Look at the pace of the straight line of the McLaren is absolutely audacious. And that Lexus is not exactly slow either. So Kev doing his best. He's trying to make himself big in the mirrors on the McLaren under the braking. And he's got it. What a move by Kevin Rivera there. Up into P3. He's really starting to gel with that Lexus. But let's see what the McLaren can do in the straight in response. Yes, big flashes. Yeah, you're happy I was watching you that time, aren't you? What a move. And well-deserved P3 for Kev. And let's see what he can do if he can try to stretch out a little bit of a gap. He's quite a bit off the back of James Booth, 36 seconds ahead. And with Cater, a further 15 seconds ahead of that. So Bradley doing his thing and very much in control of LMGT3 right now. James Booth very much in a world of his own in P2. And Kevin now up to P3 after an epic pass on Klepper, who is definitely not going to give up the fight yet. 15 minutes to go in this wonderful, wonderful race here at Le Mans. Nilsson is in the pits. It looks like that is another retirement for the hypercars. We've dropped 2 hypercars unfortunately today and 1 LMGT3. Daniel is flying. This gap's now down to 6 seconds, so he's pretty much gaining a second a lap on Kenneth. So I'm wondering, is there enough time in the race left for Daniel to catch up to the back of Kenneth? I would be kind of unsure about it, but you never know. Shinzo's also starting to pull the gap down, but not by enough. No, Daniel has gone wide. Huge mistake by Daniel. He catches the slide though. Wow. Absolute wow. Daniel catching what could have been an absolute disaster for his race there. Great awareness and great skills from Daniel. Wow. Sights you like to see, folks. Let's see who we got next up. So that gap's there, 7 seconds. That allowed Shinzo to catch up by a good 2 seconds there. And Mav is starting to catch back up to Carter after his mistake into the last turns. A couple laps back, so Mav definitely not giving up on this battle yet. I do believe pretty much everybody has had their pit stops as well. Mav, no, I've cursed him again. I'm sorry, Mav. I'm going to look away from somebody else. So, yep, I've accidentally cursed Mav, and that battle has gone from 0.5 of a second way over 3 now. Sorry, buddy. Who else do I want to annoy? Ah, yes, okay. I'm technically not looking at Kevin. This is Klepper, who all over the back of Kevin right now. Again, that McLaren beastie in a straight line. Lexus will have it probably around the corners, but the McLaren with all the legs tonight. And let's see what Kevin can do to try and wade off this fight coming from behind him. Kevin seems to have had a really good run there out of the exit to the start of the Mulsanne straight, and yeah, didn't really give Klepper a chance to get onto his bumper, make a move in the chicane. But yeah, you can see the under braking, the Lexus has just got way more control and can brake so much later than McLaren. Very similar to SL Corsa Competizione then for the McLaren, where the brakes are pretty much made of sponge and hope. Is the best way I can really sum that up. And that gap now increases itself to over a second. And Kevin getting himself a lovely little bit of breathing space. Hello, kitty. I'm not turning the heater on. It's 9 billion degrees here, and I don't care if you're wet. It serves you right for going out in the rain. So, you know what, let's have a little look at Bradley. We haven't had a look at him pretty much all race because he's been that good. He's not been having a battle with anybody, well out on his own at the moment. He is 16.5 seconds ahead of his teammate James Booth. So, yeah, Bradley absolutely dominating here tonight. From start to finish, since he entered the arena at qualifying, he has been unstoppable in that Mustang, and it's pretty much been the story of Bradley's season so far here. Season 14 of the LMU Challenge at Phoenix Sim Sport. Unstoppable every time he gets on the track. So kudos to Bradley. And for a controller player, come on, take your hats off, folks. He's showing us how it is done, to say the least. So, yep, absolutely dominating. There's not much I can really say about Bradley's driving. It's just that flawless that, you know, it's just flawless. He's just so fast. So, yep, very much in control right now is Bradley. His teammate James just a bit further back as he's coming up to finish his lap as well. So, the All-American team in the Mustangs dominating yet again. So 1-2 for the Mustangs in class in LMGT3. And that team looks unstoppable right now. Mav, however, we're going to go back to Mav in Hypercar because despite him having the mistake and dropping a few seconds, is already coming up to the back of Carter. So Mav has the pace for P5. He just needs to really knuckle down, concentrate, get his head in the space. and, you know, keep it on track and keep it clean. We've only got 9.5 minutes left to go, folks. It's only about 3 laps here at Le Mans, and, you know, we've still got this huge battle. Mav doing everything that he can to keep up. He's squirreling that car, and I tell you what, the gaps at the front of Hypercar are starting to come down. Nose hand over fist as well. This could be quite the ending. Dal Pedersen's lead from 10 seconds after the pit stops down to 5 seconds from Daniel Gottschalk, and Kenzo was 12 seconds behind. Sorry, Shinzo was 12 seconds behind. Now sees himself 5.5 seconds behind. These guys absolutely going for it. Just under 9 minutes to go. Is there going to be a change of the guard up at the front of Hypercar? We're going to have to see. Dal Pedersen really doesn't want to be making any mistakes right now, knowing he's got these guys right behind him. Mav falling back again behind Carter. So it's almost as if every time we watch Mav, he gets a little bit excited and makes a little bit of a mistake, but we don't want to see that. We want to see Mav have a really good result tonight. He's been seriously improving week in, week out here at LMU, and to see him battling for P5, probably one of the most hardest and enduring tracks that we can be running the hypercars. You know, it's wonderful to see what an improvement most of the drivers have been making, if not all of the drivers have been making throughout this series this season. As Mav gets past the McLaren, and that will probably be the McLaren of Klepper, I believe. Yes, it was. Which means Mav very shortly will be coming up behind Kevin, who is happily sitting in P3. Mav getting his way past. A big flash from Kev. Hello, mate. Concentrate on the road. Because I know if something happens to Kev, I'm getting the blame for it tonight. Pretty much with every driver that I'll have enough when I'm watching them. It'll be my fault. Bye. Wonderful, wonderful racing tonight from everyone here. It's unbelievable scenes. And yeah, LMPH is going to get spicy because Gottschalk has dropped off a little bit from Dal Pedersen. There's another second has been claimed back by our P1 sitter, and Shinzo is the one starting to catch the back of Daniel. So that could be all spice and everything nice for P2. It does look like Kenneth is in control though right now, and on for another victory here at LMU, but we'll just have to see up until the end. I tell you what, at this rate I am losing my voice. These guys are keeping at it like nothing on earth. They're keeping me absolutely busy. No huge amount of battling on track right now. Everyone seems to have gapped themselves quite nicely and settled into their rhythms after the pit stops. We'll have a little look at Amar. He's currently P9 in hypercars, chasing Voller in the BMW in P8. Look at that lovely purple grille on that thing. The almost pig snout of the BMW, with its lovely day-glow purple interior as well. Lights are very much dimming here as we get into the evening session, with only 6 minutes left to go on the clock, folks. And I tell you what, after today's racing at Zandvoort and ACC, and now this, I'm going to sleep very, very, very well tonight. I can tell you that without a lie. This has been fantastic from start to finish from everybody involved, and it's been action-packed all the way. We're going to shift on over to Mr. Shinzo in the caddy as he goes to chase down Daniel. 4.5 seconds now, the gap between P3 and P2, and the gap between Gottschalk in P2 and Dal Pedersen in P1 is also 4.5 seconds. So there is now 9 seconds between the lead 3 cars, and you know, interesting to see because the caddy of Shinzo and was formerly P1 had the Toyota of Dal Pedersen, who is our new P1, were nose to tail coming into the pit lane. Now, I'm wondering if Shinzo maybe had to serve a little bit of an extra stop time for the cut at the pit lane entry. I'm not sure. Hopefully I can get a word with him later on so I can figure out why he lost 20 seconds overall in the pit stops to Dal Pedersen. But there you go. Look at that, folks. There's your leaders in Hypercall all in one picture. Dal Pedersen. There goes through Daniel Gottschalk. And here is Shinzo for P3. So it ain't over yet, folks. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. My voice is done. And these guys are going to keep me going until the checkered flag. Leo is starting to... I think Leo's found himself a nice little pattern here. We're going to shift to LMGT3 and we're checking Leo here. The papaya pineapple. I can't say that one. The papaya pineapple. Currently sitting in P5. And I tell you what, if anyone would like to make this gentleman, because he is a lovely chap, is Leo, a papaya pineapple themed livery for his McLaren, please do reach out to me, because I think he would absolutely deserve one. Such a good chap is Leo. And I would love to see a papaya pineapple on that McLaren in the next few races. P5 for him as well, so an amazing run for Leo. Another driver who's improved race after race this season here at Phoenix Sim Sport. And looking forward to see great things to come. And it's another one of those comeback stories. He was downhearted and downtrodden at the start of the season with the results and his performances. Thought he was going to give up and throw in the towel, but he's back. And here we are battling for P5. And he's only a couple of seconds off P4 as well. So it's not even that like he's that far off a podium position. So moral of the story here is get your head down, never give up, and you never know what's going to happen. You might end up with some great results like Leo is on for tonight. Oh, something's happened to Daniel. Something has happened to Daniel. He is now in P3, 9 seconds, 10 seconds off the back of Shinzo. My voice is gone. What's happened? We missed that. Dal Pedersen then, in control, 10 seconds ahead of Shinzo. Something's happened to Daniel. And that's dropped him right down the order. He's now 30 seconds off the back of Shinzo. Has he got severe damage at all? Is this going to let Louis in for a possible podium at the last minute? It does seem a bit of a long shot at being an 8-second gap, but I'm wondering, has Daniel done something to his car? Has he had a big accident where he's caused a lot of damage? Because that, he was 5 seconds ahead of Shinzo, 5 seconds behind Dal Pedersen, and now he finds himself 30 seconds behind Shinzo and 38 seconds, 30 seconds behind Shinzo, yes, and 38 seconds behind Dal Pedersen. So, it's been an up and down run for Daniel Gottschalk today, and it's such a shame to see because he was on for a solid P2 after those pit stops, but Shinzo must be absolutely smiling in that cockpit right now, back up to P2 and on for a solid haul of points. But Dal Pedersen though, here we go as we watch him get past the Ferrari of, I believe will be Dispenza, yep, in LMGT3. Here we go, Dal Pedersen absolutely controlled. There's Shinzo in the background, and that gap now sitting at 9.6 seconds. So Dal Pedersen very much in control, and we'll see if we're going to get another lap in here, folks, down to the last minute. I don't think we are. I think this will be it. This is going to be all or nothing. And Dal Pedersen coming into the last stretch of the track. 55 seconds left on the track. The clock, sorry. 10 seconds to Shinzo, so if he has to, he can back off to stop getting another lap in, but I don't think he's going to need to. It's only 43 seconds on the clock, and he's still got the technical last sector here to go through the Porsche cars, so on and so forth. Echo 4IK, hello and welcome. You've caught us right at the end of a fantastic race, my dude. It's just been action-packed from start to finish. We've seen swaps of the lead from the start. We've seen the lead swapped again under the pit stops. We've seen the battle for P2 change hands. You're in time? Oh, you wanted to see the end, did you? Nice. Well, you're in for a good one, man. And it is. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... The man, the enthusiastic man with the checkered flag is going to be out. There he is, enthusiastically waving it in his Dal Pedersen. Pole position to P1 at the end of the race. What a run from him. Shinzo gutted. He led the race for so long. Something happened in the pit stops. Well, that'll be him under P3. Daniel Gottschalk, another one. He's had a great race, a great comeback after a very, wouldn't be a great qualifying by his standards. Pushed the car at the limits. He's obviously had a mistake somewhere. Lost P2 to Shinzo. But you know what? From where he started on the grid, he'll take P3. What a run by Daniel. Congratulations there from you, buddy. And Benito will come in P4. We're going to have a little look to see where Bradley is right now. And this is your LM GT3. And, oh, huge thanks for the follow, dude. Very much appreciated. Do make sure you catch the VODs as well, because we had an absolute banger of a race on ACC this morning, this afternoon I should say, at Zandvoort. Red flags, drama and controversy, that one, but definitely worth the watch. But here we go, Bradley Cater going through the Porsche curves. Oh, he'll just be coming up to them now, actually. We're coming up to the Porsche curves. In control from start to finish. Dominant qualifying. 3.5 seconds quicker than his teammate. He has led from the front of the grid. He's not put a single wheel wrong all race. An absolutely fantastic, dominating display from the Mustang driver. And absolute kudos. Could you believe this guy drives on controller? I can't, because he drives like any wheel pro you've seen. So across the line, sideways, it's Bradley Cater, P1 in GT3. And an absolutely massively deserved win for him. James Booth then, he's going to come home in P2 in the LM GT3s. A fantastic race from him as well. Team Mustang showing their might, and across the line for P2, fantastic stuff. And I've got to say, one of the drives is, yes, it is weekly races, dude. If you want to catch us, all the information is at SimGrid. Just search Phoenix Sim Sport, or join the Discord, discord.gg/Phoenix Sim Sport. We've got weekly races for multiple series in Assetto Corsa. We have Assetto Corsa Competizione. We have Le Mans Ultimate. So yeah, plenty going on, and for all skill levels as well, my dude. But here comes Kevin, first time out in the Lexus, swapped over from the Mustang. Wanted to give this a good little shot. Didn't have the greatest of qualifyings, lost a rear wing. Struggled a little bit at the start of the race, but has found his groove. P3 for Kevin. And across the line, sideways, backwards in all directions. No safety ratings required for ACC, my dude. All we require is that you drive a bit, drive sensible, and you're not daft. You'd be more than welcome. So no safety ratings, no experience needed. We welcome all skill levels. Leo then, whoa. Oh yeah, because they've already finished. So Leo having a dramatic one at the end of the Dunlop curve there, P5. Yep, just numbers matter, mate. If you just want to turn up and race, as long as you're racing smart. We're going to be very happy to have you with us. So, that was that, ladies and gents. What a race that was. I cannot wait to have a chat with the drivers in a minute and get their points of view, because I was speechless. So many questions to ask. So many questions. So much happened in this race tonight, and a big shout out to everyone that took part and made this absolutely fantastic. So let's see if anyone is wanting to jump into the commentary box with me this evening. Oh my goodness. Do we have anyone? Waiting room. Oh, we've got a packed waiting room this evening. So instead of me going to the comms box, I'm going to go nip down to them to speak to everybody. Because I tell you what, it's a lot easier for me to come down here than drag 70U's back up the way. I'm just going to jump out the game so we're not being deafened by the car still going round. Ladies and gents, what an event that was. I cannot believe what I saw. My throat's done again, so thanks for that, guys. Wow, absolutely well. Let's start off with LMGT3. Let's see who we've all got here. Please take me off of streamer mode so I can see people's names. Let's see. We have, who is this? I don't believe we've ever spoke before. Severington? You're going to have to correct me. Yep, Severington. Okay, never met you before. Congratulations. Welcome to Phoenix. And welcome to the comms box, which is now not the comms box, but hey, here we are. You had a good race today. Talk us through it. Did you have fun? That was the main point. Did you enjoy the action?
Yeah, except for when Samuel decided to crash right in front of me. Not even like 10 minutes into the race. Very nice. But yeah, except for that, it was very fun race.
Excellent. So, how did the track feel? I noticed qualifying. That looked entertaining. I had no idea there was going to be a forecast of rain, and that seemed to have really put a lot of you guys off, especially the ones that didn't leave the pit lane right away. So, how did you feel about that one?
I mean, it was pretty dry, like basically an entire lap. I had a big slide in the final sector. But yeah, other than that, it was a good lap. P4, so second row.
Hey,
Couldn't really done better than that.
You can't complain at P4, especially for a debut, man. So take your hats off of that. And it wasn't exactly like you were battling anyone easy. The guys ahead of you are absolutely rapid. So P4, I mean, take your hat off, man. Absolutely well deserved. Back for next week. Will you be here?
Maybe. I'll see.
We're going to have to turn that into a yes, boys. Come on, persuade them. But we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for it. We'll just have a quick one because we've got so many of yous in here tonight, and I know Twitch is going to start shouting at me for ads. It always does at the end of a race. But thank you very much for joining me in the comms box, and congratulations on a fantastic P4. We will quickly run on to Samuel then. You changed cars this week, didn't you? You were in the Aston for most of it. Now you've switched off to the McLaren. How was your race? I have heard that you had a little oopsie.
Yeah, I crashed basically like straight away. Wasn't good. Wasn't that good of a race. I shouldn't have made it on fuel. I finished like 10 seconds ago or something because I was just driving around at like 60 kilometers for the last lap because I wouldn't have made it on fuel. Yeah, it was just overall an okay race, but I just had an incident which destroyed the race for me basically.
Such a shame to hear. You look like you had a good stable amount of pace as well on you today. It looked like without that accident you could have done a lot better. You would have been in for some good points, do you think? Higher up the classifications?
I think I would have been in for a podium maybe, or like top 4 results at least.
It's a shame to see, though. It happens. So what do you think about the traffic today? Was it easier being Le Mans being a longer circuit, a bigger circuit? Do you think the traffic was not, say, as intense as, Portugal, the Algarve, Barcelona, for example?
Yeah, it was definitely easier because you just had a lot of space between the cars. So they were lapping us way less. So there was like maybe like I think we were overtaken twice or lapped twice. So not a lot of going on in the race basically.
Nice. So nice easy one for the GT3s today. Great to hear. Back next weekend, will you?
Probably if I don't have something coming up, I will be here.
Okay, so we need to clear your diary. Excellent. So we've got one that we need to persuade, one that we need to clear the diary. Absolutely perfect. Right. But thanks very much for your time there. We'll quickly and swiftly move on because I know Twitch is going to be angry at me again. Leo, Mr. Papaya Pineapple. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a result for you. You can't complain at that one today, mate. Talk us through that. You've been improving all season. You almost gave up at one point, but here you are, almost at a podium, mate. Talk us through that, how you feel.
Thanks. It was a bit of chaos, bit of carnage, I can't lie, with Kevin and all of the other great drivers out there. I can't lie, team strategies was happening with the McLarens. I won't name to shame anyone, but such great communication between the McLaren boys, especially even being lapped, some drivers. Pit stop could have put a less fuel in maybe. I went for like 75 or yeah, and that was just too much. And other than that, just maybe improve on the close racing with the other drivers.
Well, I didn't see much in the way of anything bad. I think the only real contact I've seen, I think, was you and Samuel in the early stages, just having a little bit of a door rub into the chicanes. But apart from that, it did seem very clean amongst everybody here today. A really professional drive. As I said, your pace looked really consistent. You looked really at home with the McLaren today. Have you finally found the gel with the car? Do you finally feel like you are in control of it and it's not controlling you?
Yeah, in a sense that like I can steer more frequently, like turn in earlier, get the car on the power a bit more quicker, and yeah, pushing limits how I used to now, which was better than I thought I was about to do. And slowly towards the end, catching up to the McLaren in front, but I don't think he would have let me pass that easily, so yeah, just great battling it overall.
It wouldn't be fair and fun if he just let you pass. But a huge congratulations, Leo. Fantastic result from you. Back next week, will you?
Not next week, but I can do Fuji and the last race.
Ooh, so unfortunately we'll just have to kidnap you so you're racing next week. Right, so 3 kidnaps are on the agenda for next week. Perfect. But thanks very much for joining me in the comments box. I will swiftly move on. And
Thank you as well.
definitely somebody that I definitely did not curse in qualifying or at any point during the race today. Welcome, Kevin, to the comms box. So, a switch of machinery for you, buddy. Mustang to Lexus. What talked you through that one?
I don't know what I was thinking all week. I gotta say, the Lexus car is real fun. After you get the hang of it, it's really, really fun, and the braking is just unbelievable. But yeah, I'm like, you know what? The Lexus came out. Let me try it. Let me switch to it. I was tired of the Mustang already, so all week long, this is my first race at Le Mans, so I had to learn the track and everything. And it was pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hated the track, but I kind of like it now. After third place.
I about to say, I mean, after a horrendous qualifier, it just looked like you'd left it a little bit too late. You got caught up in the rain, and then you've had that spin where you decided, you didn't need aerodynamics, and losing a few kilos of rear wing was definitely the strategy. Your race pace, you really seem to gel with that car after a few laps. You could see your pace was increasing, the confidence was increasing, you were throwing it into corners. What do you feel it was like trying to battle the McLarens, though, because those things were astronomical in a straight line?
Yeah, in a straight line, it was just difficult, especially with Leo. I know you didn't get it on the stream, but I wasn't able to pass him on the straights. I wasn't able to catch up to him. So in one instant, I'm like, okay, let's just kind of send it on him. And I did. I made it through. It was a little bit scary, but I had no other option,
I'm pretty sure I caught you at one point going round the outside of someone. Like, how has he managed that?
And that's the confidence, to be honest. With a Mustang, I wouldn't have the confidence to do that. But with this car, especially the braking, it gives me that confidence. Because in the Mustang, I just hate the braking in the Mustang. But in this car, I'm like, okay, I can brake a little bit further down the line to make that pass. Make it work through the outside.
Yeah. It paid off for you, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was a fun race. It's the most... I was never going to think this, but it was the most fun I've had all season. Wow. On the track, I hate it.
Wow, well, that is definitely a turnaround. Like, from starting off like new car, I don't like what I'm doing, to P3, and yeah, actually, not a bad combo. You certainly can't complain, dude.
Definitely.
So you gonna be taking the big Lexus out next week then?
Oh yeah, definitely. More than likely, it's what I want to drive next season. So just get a head start on it.
Excellent. Now, I'm liking to hear that, man. It's going to be good to see a little bit of a split up, especially with you American boys. It's going to get a little bit boring to see the all-American Mustang dominance, so it's good to see one of you switching up the agenda a little bit. And maybe you can embarrass your teammates next season by going, hey, boys, I'm quicker than a Mustang.
God hear you.
Excellent. Well, we won't jump on to the hypercar, boys. I really appreciate your time there this evening, Kev. And again, congratulations on a P3 and a wonderful showing from the LMGT3 lads this evening. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I'm going to move on to the hypercars, and I've got the two guys I definitely wanted to speak to this evening in here. We'll start off with Shinzo. P2 in qualifying, my dude. A start from the gods. And then something happened in the pit stops. Whoa, gonna have to talk me through that one, mate.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a bet from changing tires with brand new softs. I know it will work for Daniel, but I was kinda not sure if he can, but I have to take the bet because he got medium and I've got used soft. I know that with his medium, even if I'm faster for some lap, he's gonna get back after my tires just got destroyed. But yes, I wanted to take this bet. Yeah, it was kinda tricky to. I'm gonna lie, like was pushing lap after lap, and the more you push, the more risk you take. And it was near to end the race in Indianapolis, so yeah. But yeah, that was a brilliant race. It's good to make a podium in France as the French. Yeah, now the next step is winning, and now not let this another win pass this time.
Well, that was it. A great result in front of the home crowd. You couldn't be any more prouder than that one. It looked like for a while you were just going to have to settle with P3, obviously with the tyre change that Daniel and Kenneth never took. But something happened. We never caught it in street. Something happened to Daniel, and it looked like the gods had gifted you basically P2 at that point. Do you have any idea what happened to him?
He got a drive too. But I want to say something, like even without that I would have catch him if I overtake him.
Oh, I had no idea how to drive through. Interesting.
Yeah, drive to right on the outside of the Porsche car, I think.
Oh, that's brutal. It's such a late stage of the race as well. But yeah, we could see from your pace that you were really starting to use those tyres very efficiently towards the latter stages, and you were starting to catch the handover.
I was hungry on victory. Like I don't know if you're catching that on stream, but there was like two GT3 in the Porsche curve, and like overtake one on the outside and one on the outside again, like doing some switchback. Try to find it on the replay if you didn't catch that on the stream.
Yes, we'll definitely have to add that to the end of season highlight reel then, if we missed it on the stream. But yeah, and Twitch is really starting to have a go at me because I keep telling it to shush on ads. I'm on my last one. So as much as I'd love to keep chatting about that performance, I will have to obviously cut this one a little bit short, unfortunately, because the GT3 guys really had a lot of stories tonight. But, you know, P2 in qualifying, P2 on the end of the grid, mate. End of the grid, the checkered flag. Great result, great points for you, and it must be really confidence inspiring, especially after the rough start of the season that you've had.
Yes.
Well, it's good to see, man. It's good to see you back. It's not quite the 100% season of last season, you know what I mean? But it's good to see you being challenged and that you're taking the challenge back as well. So congratulations on the P2, Shinzo, and I can't wait to see you back on track again. And so we'll swiftly move on. And well, this was Sevenerton. Thank you very much. I'll never get that name right because I can never do numbers and names. Thanks very much for the follow. Dal Pedersen, Big Kenneth, man, pole position, not the start that you wanted. 32 minutes chasing Shinzo, and then a tactical genius move in the pit stops. Go on, talk me through how you managed to keep that race so close between the two of you.
Well, I know Shinzo feel really sad about him not winning on home turf. So I try to comfort him with this is my home turf as well. I've driven so many laps on this track. I think it sounds almost unrealistic, but if I said 100,000, I'm sure it would be an understatement. So I know this place in and out. But yeah, Shinzo's start was astronomical. It was I was looking to my right, but wait, what? I just saw Shinzo take off. I knew he got soft, so I knew I just had to hang on. So yeah, that I did. Unfortunately, it seemed like I underfueled in the pit stop, so I had to do like 3, 4, 5 really fuel-saving laps while keeping Daniel under control. So yeah, it was that was a good one. That was a really good one, and finally Shinzo and I had a clean race since Sebring. We had a chat afterwards saying, okay, next race that will be a clean one, and we've been pushing that since. So it was amazing to finally have a close and clean race with each other.
It was fantastic to watch as well. I'm pretty sure everybody that watched the stream as well was loving what we saw. That battle, I don't think you guys ever separated. And I mean, we're talking 32 minutes of racing. You guys never got any further than 1.2 seconds apart. And the closest you got was literally 1/10. It was ridiculously great racing between the two yous. My voice is gone again. It seems to be a weekly thing with you guys and killing me. But absolutely worth it. I mean, your championship's got to be looking really good now. You've been confident enough to win pretty much and have great results back to back. I mean, last week as well, the battle with George was fantastic. Even though you had that spin, you still came back. You still hammered an absolutely great result home. So your confidence must be sky high right now.
Yeah, I gotta prepare for Spa because Spa, I'm horrible at Spa, and that's a double pointer this season.
Yes.
So I gotta do everything in my power to put myself in a good position. So yeah, it was good to see Daniel got P3. Purely selfish reasons to say that, as it gets him up behind the championship. So yeah, but I'm sure he'll be coming back strong in the next race. So let's see if the three of us can't have a close battle.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, very unlucky today. I think he just got caught out in qualifying, out the pits a little later than everyone else, so the track was a little bit greasier by the time he got his run through. I think it was P7 he ended up in the grid. And to then come home with a P3, only losing P2 through a drive through, or what could have been a good battle with Shinzo for P3, P2 at the end. It just shows he's got a lot of pace about him as well. So it must be a little worry knowing that somebody with that level of pace is there. But again, your confidence must be like, I can beat this guy. I have beaten this guy. So going forward, is that what you're going to be thinking? No matter how quick he is, you're still going to have that mentality like, he is a human. He can make mistakes.
Of course he can. We all can. But he's very solid in his pace and how he drives. There'll be some uncommon turf coming up, so I gotta put some hours in. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. Now, I will have to, obviously, unfortunately, Kath, I'd love to chat with you all night because that was such an impressive performance, but Twitch is now screaming at me, so I've got 40 seconds to basically end this stream before Twitch throws an advert at people, and we don't want that. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone that joined in on the stream tonight. What a wonderful race that was. Super exciting stuff here at LMU, but we're not finished for the weekend yet, folks. Tune in tomorrow for Assetto Corsa and the Formula Alpha. And if you don't know what that is literally the most sim version of Formula 1 you're going to get. So do tune in tomorrow for that. But thank you very much to everyone that has been with us today, who's watched ACCU, who's watched LMU, and has enjoyed everything. But from me and the Phoenix team, we are signing off for Saturday night. You take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Speak to you soon.